Hello everyone, this is the V-Man and welcome. Like always in life, there is a first time for everything, and today I am doing something new for the first time. This is the first video of me racing in Manufacturer Series. This is Exhibition Series Season 2 Round 3. As you already saw, I chose McLaren for this season. I mentioned before, it is a very good car, well balanced, I would say good on the tires and on the fuel. Also, it looks and sounds really good, both Group 4 and Group 3 cars. Race is held on a Red Bull Ring track, very interesting and very dynamic track, I really like it. Manufacturer Series, just like FIA races, has a qualifying session, which is held 10 minutes before a race. So we need to set the best lap time we can within those 10 minutes. I was practicing short period of time before I entered the race, and also for the first time I was doing it on racing soft tires. The difference between hard and soft tires is really pronounced. Soft tires are way too faster and the car is a great deal more stable. There is almost no of the understeering and almost none of the tire spin while accelerating from lower gears, of course. Naturally, they don't last long. Medium tires are medium speed, medium lap time, and of course hard tires last longest, but they are slowest, of course. So I started my qualification lap. I was confident I can do it pretty well. I was practicing, as I said, before I entered the race, and I was able after just few laps to set a good lap time, which was only 0.8 seconds slower than a fastest time set at the moment in the top 10 stars time. So I was pleased with that and confident I can set good time. I had few small mistakes in my qualifying lap. I was planning to try to have one more or even two attempts, but at the end this time of 1:36.6, right, was the best for this occasion. And that lap time was enough for a start from a second starting position. Once again, I must say, lack of experience on this kind of races, proved to be my biggest weakness, because once again I wasn't sure what the best strategy is and on which tires to start. As qualifying session ended, I asked in the lobby what is the strategy, but there was no answer, of course. I presumed that hard tires for this race were mandatory, at least that was the case on FIA race, so I decided to start on medium tires to have a stint of maybe 7, 8 or 9 laps, and then to go to the pits to change tires to hard and to finish race on them. That was the plan. Here we can clearly see in bottom right corner of the screen what are the required tires, but for some reason I wasn't seeing that. I was thinking about what tires to use, on which to start and which to end, but at the moment I already decided. So race announcement is about to start and we are silent until it ends. So that was it. Once again, we are going to pay respect for first 3 or 5 guys who were able to set best lap times. But in this case I was among them, so that is a good thing. And then we are going to proceed to the race. As always, plan is to, at the beginning of the race, to set a good pace, to be consistent, and just to try to stay on the track, of course, minimizing the mistakes. And of course in this game that means minimizing the penalties. So race is about to start. We are counting down from 3 seconds. In front of me is a Swiss guy in Jaguar, of course very fast and very good car. And first time I'm racing in a manufacturer race, I'm hoping for a good result. So we are going into the first corner and I make a mistake immediately. But luckily I managed to go through that corner without getting the penalty, without spinning out. And we are continuing. I just need to be more careful. I started on the medium tires and soon enough I realized that the guy in front of me was on hard tires, because I was way too faster through corners than him, and also he was making some mistakes. So after a few corners, because I was on medium tires, I was able to close down on him and to prepare my overtaking move. Here I was lifting off. I don't want to go into this corner side by side. This is very dangerous corner. We are going downhill, so we need to be very careful there. So now I am really close. I was going on his right side by side, braking early here, go onto his inside deep into the corner, and I was able to finish my move. I think that was a really good, really clean move. No sim racing driver was hurt during this process, so we are now moving on. I started to build a gap, a decent advantage, so that was the good thing. I knew that later in the race I will be on hard tires, and the guy who is now behind me will be on medium, so I wanted to build enough gap so I can stay safe when the time comes, of course. So this is the end of the first corner. Going into the second, I was able to build a good gap only in a couple of corners, so things were settling down. And we are going to skip to the fourth lap, few corners to the end of the fourth lap, and now I am going a little bit wide, so of course I was awarded with a penalty. And like that wasn't enough, after I was crossing the finishing line and going into the first corner of this fifth lap, and I made another mistake, this one bigger, and of course this is the moment when I lost my first place. My fault, what can I say, but not that big of a damage. I will follow a guy in front of me, I will use a slipstream, and everything will be just fine, of course. But now these medium tires are degrading faster than his hard tires, so he's probably going to be able to build his gap. So I'm about to serve my penalty. I did that, so we are moving on. Gap between me and the Swiss guy was somewhere around a second and a half. I was still feeling good on these medium tires, so I was planning to have few more laps until I go into the pits. I was driving on these tires for about 9 laps. I think there is 17 in total, so I need to do 8 more on hard when I do the change. And of course doing those 8 laps more on hard will be easy thing to do, of course. So now we are going to skip into the 9th lap. I think this is the moment where we are going to change our tires a few corners until the pit stop. So as you can see, advantage was bigger now. Swiss guy was able to go 5 or 5.5 seconds in front of me, so he was able to build his gap. So now he's safe if the time comes, so I can be maybe in a position to attack him. So we are going into the pits now. This can be done a lot faster, but I did it like this, but that's okay. So changing from medium to hard, fuel wasn't an issue on this race. Consumption was somewhere, I think, 3 times or times 3, and this car, as I said, is also good on fuel, so no worries about that. Change went good this time. Almost every time it's perfect. So I'm exiting the pit stop. I'm going now on hard tires easily to the end of the race. After these pits I rejoined the track and I was in 3rd place. Just need to warm up my tires to set the pace and to go to the end. Fuel was good, no need to refuel. This car, as I said one more time, is good on fuel. Everything was in a perfect order. just to fill the car, which is now on the hard tires. So I'm at the third place. At the end of the 10th lap, first two guys went to the pits once again, and that was the moment when that was strange to me. I was wondering why are they going into the pits again, but okay, they know what they're doing, right? So I will continue with the race. After they went into the pits, I will be on the second place, and I was feeling really good, really confident about that. I mean, first race in Manufacturer Series, and I am about to finish second, so people from McLaren will not regret signing a contract with me after all. So that is a good thing. So as you can see, Swiss guy was changing his tires from I think hard to or onto the hard. I don't know how this graphics works, but nevertheless they went into the pits. In this 11th lap, after the first corner, I was first, but then they re-entered the race or the track, so I am back in my second position. So as I said, this is the good position. This will be the good boost for my points, for my confidence, for my sportsmanship rating. Before this race I had one more time really bad few races, and my driver rating and sportsmanship rating was going down. So every time I do good race, it's a good thing. So as you can see, I'm really close to the Swiss guy, but then I think he's on medium tires or on a softer compound. So things were settling down, everything was in a perfect order. I'm second, and we are going to skip to the last lap, 17th lap. As you can see, not much was happening. I'm 5 seconds behind. The guy behind me is 4 and something seconds behind me. So we all were safe at this moment. My fuel reserve lamp was flashing, but still I had somewhere around a lap and a half fuel. So no need to worry about that. I was driving entire race on 1, so maximum power. So that is it. We are going into the few last corners until the end of this race and this Manufacturer Series. Very interesting competition. I like when we are representing the car companies, that's the good thing. And going into the last corner, over the finishing line, and I was at the second place, but wait, I got 20 seconds penalty. I wonder why. And because of that I finished on 5th place overall, because of that 20-second penalty. After the race I saw that all tires were mandatory, and I used only medium and hard, no soft. But okay, that was the lesson for our next race, and that is to read race details. Nevertheless, 5th place is also good points, good experience, and that was all for today. If you like this video, please click the like button. If you would like to watch or listen some more, please do subscribe, turn the notifications on. Thanks for watching, see you next time. The V-Man is out.